My name is Evelyn Parker. I'm 72 years old, and I've lived in Greenville, South Carolina for almost 4 decades. I know a lot of people don't believe in things like this, and honestly, neither did I. Not until it happened to me. So, if you have a moment, let me tell you what I lived through last All Souls Day, because that day was not normal. It wasn't a dream, it wasn't an old woman losing her mind. It was real. I lost my son, Michael, in 1999. A car accident on a road he knew like the back of his hand. He was only 23. And ever since then, every single year, I go to Greenwood Memorial Cemetery, always at 10 a.m., always with white lilies. It's become a ritual, but that year, the moment I walked past the Iron Gate, I felt something was wrong. The air was too heavy. You know that feeling when you walk into a room where someone was arguing a minute earlier? The air feels charged. So I took a deep breath and kept walking, even though my knees were complaining like they always do. When I turned onto the path where Michael's grave is, something made me stop. The place was empty. No gardener, no visitors, not even the families that always come around the same time I do. Everything was silent, not peaceful silence, waiting silence. I reached his headstone, and when I laid my hand on his engraved name, I felt the cold. And it wasn't the cool morning air, the sun was warm, but the stone was freezing, almost pulling the heat straight from my skin. Hi, sweetheart. Your mom is here. That's what I said, like I do every year. And that's when everything began. As I brushed a few dry leaves off the grave, I heard a sound, a crack, soft, muffled, coming from underground. I froze. Then another crack, louder this time, like something scraping wood deep beneath the soil. My heart started beating so fast I could hear it in my ears. So I closed my eyes and tried to calm myself, telling myself it must have been an animal burrowing. But deep down, I knew better. Then I opened my eyes and saw something worse. My shadow was short because of the sun's angle, but next to it, a second shadow appeared, tall, broad shoulders, exactly the height of Michael, but there was no one standing there. A cold sweat rolled down my back. I wanted to run, scream, anything. But my body locked up when I heard the voice. Mom, my heart simply stopped. It was his voice, the voice I had not heard in 26 years, but it sounded muffled, like he was speaking from underwater or under earth. Mom, it's dark, so dark here. My legs nearly gave out. I swear I thought I would faint. I wanted to believe it was him, oh God, how I wanted to believe. So I whispered, almost breathless, Michael. That was when I felt the hand. A hand rested on my shoulder, heavy, cold, pressing down slowly, as if trying to pull me backward. I turned so fast I almost fell. There was no one there. No one. But the weight was still on my shoulder, the fingers digging into my skin. Then the lilies I had just placed started to die right in front of me. The petals shriveled, darkened, dried up as if something was sucking the life out of them. And then the whispers began. Dozens of them. Behind me, around me, between the gravestones, tiny laughs, soft crying, words I couldn't understand. And they all carried that same muffled version of Michael's voice, like something trying to imitate him. Stay, stay with me, please. That wasn't my son speaking. That wasn't my boy. My heart broke right there because I wanted so badly to believe, But love also teaches you to recognize when something is wrong. So I close my eyes and let love speak louder than fear. My sweet boy, you were the best part of my life. The whispers softened. The pressure on my shoulder faded. The tall shadow disappeared. And I said the sentence I never thought I'd be strong enough to say. I love you, but I let you go. A strong wind swept across the cemetery, like someone letting out a long, final breath. And suddenly, everything was normal again. The air, the light, the silence. Even the lilies looked normal, as if nothing had touched them. I walked out of that cemetery with weak legs, but a lighter heart. Not because I heard my son, but because for the first time in 26 years, I felt he finally rested and that I could rest a little too. Sometimes we think loving means holding on, but that day I learned that loving also means letting go.